The squeak of boots on polished tile echoed throughout the pitch-black hallways of the mall as a man carrying a large metal suitcase wandered the third-floor balcony. As another step is taken, the lantern on the man's shoulder strikes a silhouette at the edge of its effectiveness, revealing a figure who had been standing silent in the dark. The man jumps slightly at the figure hovering at the edge of the field of light. After calming himself, he speaks in a soft volume. "Do you have it?" The words echo in the voids of the halls. The silhouette responds in a woman's voice.
Let's see that you've got your end of the deal first, Cobbler."
The cobbler raises their free hand to show an open palm as he slowly kneels to the ground and rests the suitcase on the floor. Carefully, he spins the case to face the silhouette and opens it to reveal an array of liquid-filled vials, suitable for a syringe, nestled in a tight-fitting styrofoam lining. "Now, the book, please." The silhouette steps forward into the light to reveal a woman with a pistol raised towards the cobbler.
"Step back! Get away!"
With his arms raised, the cobbler stammers. "Please don't, I just..."
"Shut up!"
says the woman.
"Back up and get away from the case."
The cobbler complies immediately. He stands up and backs away. Staring at the floor, he asks in a voice wavered by fear, "Please, I just want to know if you have it, the book." The woman's eyes narrow.
"Yes, we've got the book, but you showing so much interest has caught our own curiosity. Anyone willing to give a whole case of this serum for a book knows something we don't. It's just a book."
She mocks back, waving the pistol around.
"I don't believe you for a second. This book of dancing is earnestly worth what you're giving."
The cobbler whispers, "It is to me," glancing into the abandoned storefront next to where they were standing to try and make out any other figures moving in the windows. Trembling, he looks up to meet the eyes of the woman. "Please, I don't want anyone to get hurt. I just want the book like we agreed on." The woman's fire arc goes off at once and rips through the cobbler's right shoulder, forcing him to the ground, clutching the wound. "Please, don't do this, please. I can't lose my focus. Please just take the serum. I can get something else to trade you for the book. Please."
"Then tell me what the book is for."
It's just for, I just need it, please." The cobbler whimpered, tears beginning to well in his eyes. As the woman went to raise her pistol again, the cobbler raised their undamaged arm in the air in front of the muzzle. Cold mist coalesced around his arm rapidly into an armor coating of ice as two shots cracked outwards, shattering the newly formed armor like glass that exploded all across the floor. "Please, stop." The woman adjusted her aim back to the cobbler's injured arm and discharged the pistol again. This time, the cobbler's arm was ripped off its socket by the bullet. "No!" screamed the cobbler, although the scream was seemingly not caused by the pain. As his arm slid across the floor behind him, he fell to the ground and clamored to try and pry a bracelet he was wearing off the limb. He grabbed desperately for the bracelet. Huge spires and clumps of ice sprouted all around him, and as fast as it was formed, it was shattered by a hail of bullets. Some weapons were being fired from nearby shops by additional assailants. "Run, please run. I didn't want to hurt you. I can't die here, please." At that moment, a shrill screech, clearly not human, tore through the sounds of shattering ice. In succession, the gunfire from the surrounding shops went silent. Suddenly, the woman stopped shooting and yelled,
What the fuck? What is this?"
The cobbler looked back at the woman as an ink-black figure, standing 2 feet taller than the woman, grasped her by the wrists and applied torque. The cobbler looked away and covered his ears, but the sound of the murder could still be easily heard through the otherwise total silence of the abandoned mall. The screams of the woman's desperation, the begging, the bartering with the creature to let her live, the repeated, loud, echoing, crunching, snapping of bone after bone after bone after bone, and finally the wet squelch of a disemboweled flesh being discarded onto the floor. Then there were footsteps. They walked slowly and steadily over to where the cobbler cowered. The cobbler stayed put, trembling through his whole body. The sound of what seemed like a dozen cracking knuckles was heard as the murky enigma bent over the cobbler. The cobbler felt an ice-cold breath on his nape as the creature uttered,
"A small drop of repayment for our abyssal ocean of debt."
As the silence flooded back around the cobbler, he slowly opened his eyes and immediately saw the ballet book there in front of him. He quickly grabbed the book, then his severed arm, and he ran as hard as he could.
Daddy!
A small girl ran and jumped into the cobbler's arms. The cobbler caught the girl in his arms and spun her around in the air. "Hello, my darling. I'm so glad to see you." He set the girl down and started ruffling through his backpack. "I've got a gift for you."
Really?
The cobbler produced the ballet book and handed it to the girl. Her eyes sparkled in awe as she gently took the book into her tiny hands.
I love it, Daddy. Thank you.
"Of course, my darling. Anything for you," said the cobbler with a pat on her head. "The world for you."